Hi everyone, welcome back. My name is Carlton, and in this video, we're going to be talking about a case involving a love triangle. The victim's name is Reginald Ward, and he was dating a woman by the name of Kiara Morrise, and they were dating for about a year. During that year of dating, Reginald was threatened by Kiara's ex-boyfriend, and his name is Todd Jenkins. Todd was threatening Reginald's life because Todd wanted to get back with Kiara, and he thought that if he couldn't have her, nobody would. Stick around to the end because we got a lot of lessons to learn in this one. We're going to talk about the victim and how he could have possibly gotten away from the murderer. We're going to talk about the murderer's family and how they tried to help him get away with murder. The incident happened on October 30th, 2019. Reginald and Kiara was in their apartment, and Reginald got into his car with Kiara so that he can take her to work. What they wasn't aware of is that Todd was waiting outside their apartment so he can kill Reginald. So let me tell you what Todd is really doing. Todd went and bought a gun, and then he went and bought ammunition. And this was not any regular ammunition. This was ammunition called RIP. And this ammunition is used so that when the bullet gets into your body, it's going to do maximum damage. So Todd had intention of killing Reginald. So he came early and waited outside the apartment. So when Reginald and Kiara got into the car, he followed them. And they realized that he was following them. So they pulled into a gas station. In the gas station, in broad daylight, Todd pulled out a gun, a 9mm, and shot Reginald multiple times, killing him on the spot. Now, the first mistake that Reginald did, the victim, is to pull into a gas station to ask Todd why he's following them. What he should have done was he should have drove straight to the police station because this guy already threatened him with a gun before. So this guy meant business. Now, if somebody ever threatens you, you just got to take it seriously. Don't ever think that someone won't go through with the things that they say. Because do you really want to find out if someone is being serious or not? I don't think so. So you should always take precautions when somebody threatens your life. Before Reginald pulled into the gas station, Todd called Kiara. And Kiara was in the car with Reginald. And he told Kiara what he was going to do. Kiara knew Todd was serious because she sent a text to him and told him that if he was going to kill Reginald, he better be ready. And the exact quote is this. Kiara said, "If you want to fight or shoot this man, you better be ready." So Kiara is deeply involved in whatever's going to happen next. And the lesson here is that a woman like Kiara is not somebody you want to be with because she has very low moral standards. And from that text, she was playing both sides. She was with Reginald and she was still messing with her ex. And I'll tell you why I think she was messing with her ex. Because right after Reginald was killed, the cops were called and Kiara was there. When the cops went to question Kiara about who shot Reginald, Kiara refused to tell them who it was. She knew it was her ex-boyfriend because she was right there. She saw him. And she got the phone call, so she knew he was following them. And she knew that he threatened Reginald many times before. So she knew who it was, but she refused to tell the cops. Not only that, right after Reginald was killed, Kiara got back with Todd. In fact, there was surveillance footage that actually showed the shooting. It happened at a gas station in broad daylight. And there was also surveillance footage showing Kiara and Todd checking into her hotel right after her boyfriend was killed. So it shows that Kiara was either in on the plot or she's just one low-down, dirty woman. If you're in a relationship with someone for a year and that person was killed, wouldn't you be sad? Wouldn't you be reflecting on your relationship and your life and trying to get justice for this person? That's what a normal, good person would do. Kiara was not mourning the death of Reginald. Kiara got back with her ex immediately after the murder. And while he was running and hiding from the police, she was in a hotel room with him. And when the police questioned her, multiple times they questioned her while they were trying to look for him, she lied to the police. She said that she didn't know who killed Reginald. She said she didn't know where Todd was, even though she knew he was staying at a hotel hiding. And Reginald, he made a huge mistake by getting into a relationship with that type of woman. So Todd abandoned his vehicle and the cops found it. And when they checked it for prints, they found nothing. They said it was cleaned. So when they checked the VIN number of the vehicle, it came back as the sister of Todd. So they called Todd's sister and they asked her about the vehicle. And she said, yes, that's her vehicle. And they asked her, who did she lend the vehicle to? And she refused to answer. So they asked her if her brother was the one who was driving the vehicle on October 30th. And she said she didn't know. So Todd's sister was lying to the cops because she obviously knew her brother was driving a vehicle. Like, who has a vehicle and don't know who's driving it? The lesson here is, and people don't really talk about this, someone's family will lie for them, even when they commit the worst act ever on this earth, which is murder. Todd Jenkins is a piece of shit. Because I look at this dude and I'm thinking he could have gone with his life. He could have found somebody else. But he's insisting on being with Kiara, even though she's already moved on with somebody else. And then he decided to kill this person just to be with this girl. But ladies, listen to this. A lot of men out here, they think that once they're intimate with you, they own you. They don't want nobody else to be with you. And that is how a lot of women end up to be murdered, because men do not know how to control themselves. And they have this mentality that they own you, like if you're cattle or if you're an animal. And this mentality is going back hundreds of years, thousands of years, where women have no rights. And today, it still goes on. So Todd, he thought that he owned Kiara. And Kiara, she wasn't no good. She wasn't no good woman. I guarantee you, she was playing both sides in a love triangle. I guarantee you, while she was with Reginald, she was still messing with Todd on the side. That's what was happening. And the reason I know that is because of what she did after the murder. Nobody's going to jump into bed with somebody who just murdered somebody if they wasn't already messing with them. But let me tell you what happened in the end. Reginald, he lost his life and his family was devastated. And the cops wanted to charge Kiara because they knew she was lying to them when they were trying to find Todd. And they also knew she was holding back evidence and refused to cooperate with them. So when they finally arrested Todd and they brought back Kiara in, they were about to charge her, but her lawyer got her a deal. They were able to get her to cooperate, to be a witness, and she got off scot-free. So in the end, she had to testify against Todd, because if she didn't, she would have gotten at least 10 to 15 years in jail. But if there wasn't a threat over her for her to go to jail, she would have never helped solve this case. Just imagine this, because this is the most important part of the video. If Kiara had a son, let's say she had a teenage son or an adult son, and that son was murdered by somebody else, Kiara would have been on television begging for someone to come forward to help solve the case. But when she was in a position to help somebody else's family solve a case for their son, she refused to help the family of the man she was sleeping with for the past year, a man who helped her and was in a relationship with her for that long. I see women on TV when their kids or their husband or their boyfriend get killed, they begging for someone to help solve the case. And when the tables are turned and it's their family that did the murder, all of a sudden they turn into crickets. They turn from human beings into crickets, and they don't want to help solve the murder of somebody else. It's very hypocritical. And let me tell you something, that will never be me. If I had any family member who committed a major crime, I will definitely be helping the cops put them in jail. Because someone like that, if they can kill somebody, they can kill you also. So Todd Jenkins, he got life in prison, no parole. And he's exactly where he should be. Because Todd, he had a choice. He could have easily moved on with his life. He could have easily found another woman. But he chose to take the life of somebody else for a woman. And now he would not be ever seeing that woman again because he's in prison for life. She's out here, and guess what she's doing? She's with somebody else. So he was trying to avoid Reginald being with Kiara, and he killed Reginald. But now that he's in jail, there's another guy that's laying up with her every night. So he's one of the dumbest persons ever. And criminals, they're not smart, because this guy committed a murder in broad daylight, and he committed it with a gun and bullets that was traceable right back to him. Because when the cops went to the gun shop and they spoke to the owner said those bullets are very unique. They're called RIP bullets. And he said he sold it to only one person, and he gave them the name Todd Jenkins. So this guy's just dumb as rocks. He thought he was gonna do a murder in broad daylight with traceable gun and bullets and get away with it. And then his family tried to help him get away with it. And his stupid ex-girlfriend tried to help him get away with it. So let me tell you something about this case that's a big lesson for all of us. If somebody loves you and want to be with you, there shouldn't be nobody else in the way between you and them. I never understand how people could be in love triangles, because if I have any inkling that the person I'm with is thinking about somebody else, I'm gone. I'm done. We're finished. Because I'm not going to compete with somebody else. Some people find that appealing. You know, some women, they want to compete for a man. They want to win the man. And some men, they want to compete and win the woman. I don't want to win anybody. If I have someone that I like and they like me, there shouldn't be nobody else in our way. It should just be two of us. I'm not giving double signals to anybody else that I'm available, and she shouldn't be doing that either. And if she is doing that, then I'm out. I'm just going to let her be so she can be with whoever she wants to be with. A good woman would let you know that she wants to be with you or she doesn't want to be with you. That's it. She's not going to play games and all that. A good man is not going to play games with you. He's not going to be messing with you and messing with his ex and messing around. A good man is not going to do that. So if you find a man and he's doing that, just leave him alone. You know, some people are just too desperate to be in a relationship. You need to stop being desperate. Just leave these people alone, because let me tell you something. They're going to make your life worse. Being with someone who doesn't really want to be with you, who wants to mess around, most of the time you're going to be sad, because all you're going to be thinking about is who he's with or who she's with. You're not going to be happy. You're going to be miserable. You're better off alone or going and find somebody else than to stick with somebody who's playing games. I want to tell the family of Reginald that I'm very sorry about what happened. There's just not a lot of good people in this world. And a man like Reginald was taken out for no good reason. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.